it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. We have a mess in front of us today because we're gonna make a mess with moss. So we are going to make a mess with mostly Dollar Tree moss except for one exception, and we are going to be putting that moss on a sorry, it's a twig wreath. It's not from Dollar Tree, although Dollar Tree does sell them. This one is refurbished from a my gosh, I am dead with words today. This is like my third or fourth take at this, so this time I'm leaving it in. It's going to be one of those days that my mouth and my brain are not connected. Please bear with me, and I will try my best to get through this. Twig wreath, Dollar Tree sells them. All right, we're going to be using the Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree, and then their floral moss. See the different color? So I thought that's kind of what I was going for, is all the different colors. And then we have Reindeer Moss, which I love the smell of. I don't know if you've ever worked with the Reindeer Moss. It's almost more moist and alive, kind of, but I just love working with it, although this makes a horrible mess. So make sure that you have something to protect your table. I didn't do that, but you know, if you're going to do this on a surface that you have a big enough part that you can put some protection down, so when you're done you can just, you know what I'm thinking is a Dollar Tree tablecloth, and just pick that whole thing up and throw it away when you're done. But I will have my little mini vac and I will get that all cleaned up. All right, the only exception to the moss that we're using that is not from Dollar Tree, and I love this moss. This is called Super Moss, and I get this at Hobby Lobby, and it's $6.99. I don't think that's cheap. I think that is a little on the high side. So if you don't have this, don't use it. I mean, it is just something I have in my craft room. I actually have some other that is open, so I will be using that today. And I also have Reindeer Moss open, so I'll be digging into that. And I probably have Spanish moss open as well. But we'll keep them handy and put them right there. We won't let them go away too far. Okay, now let's see. We are also adding all that moss to our little wreath, our twig wreath. And then I have this welcome sign that you can tell came off of the back of some Dollar Tree sign, I'm sure. And then I have the new Dollar Tree mushrooms in the brown. I thought those looked the most natural. And then I've been collecting mushrooms over, I don't know, the last few months, because one of the owners of the shop where my booth is said that people are going crazy for mushroom stuff. So I've been collecting some mushrooms. I even have a drawer back here that I made some clay mushrooms, but I did not get those painted in time to do this craft. So we have plenty of mushrooms anyway. All right, the first thing we're going, oh, and what I wanted to tell you about this welcome sign is, you can see that excuse me, you can see that I tried to get that glue glob off the back, and I'm ripping the paper with it, so I stopped. So what I'm going to do is try to get that off, and then I'm going to paint the back of this, or as much as I can off. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but then I'm going to paint the back of this in Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant, because the front of this is gray. So we are just going to try and match that back. So I'm going to do that first so we can put that aside and it can be drying. Maybe we won't have to get out the heat gun. Oh, I'm having a lot of fun with this heat gun. You know, I am doing some wood burning projects right now for Christmas, and it's not really burning. It's just that oh, it is a scorch pen. I think I've done it on this, I know I have on this channel, but I am just having so much fun. And this Saturday night, on the Saturday Night Live, we are going to be using a scorch pen and doing a cute fall project. So I am just, but I have to use, do I have a water cup? I think it's up. Oh, I do. Okay, let's put that in there. Okay, so let's get a paper towel and get this. I always look up here, now that I've talked about being live, I look up for comments, because when I am on live, of course, I am getting comments, which is so much fun. In fact, Gloria was on my Saturday Night Live, one of my subscriber friends, Gloria. So I think she wrote in the comments last time. It was fun. But anyway, it really is, because we get to talk to each other live. All right, so that's great. We're going to just put this aside, and we are going to start playing with our moss. All right, here goes. Let's get a sip of the drink. And I don't know what moss. I guess I will start off with my Spanish moss. And I have a container down here. Sorry for the sniffles, you guys. I don't know if I'm getting, it's almost gone. I keep it in a baby wipe, an old baby wipe container, and then I can pull it out as I need it. I don't know if I have a squeaky voice. I woke up with the sniffles. Actually, I woke up pretty stuffed up this morning, and it kind of morphed into the runny nose. So God only knows, right? Everybody is sick. My business partner, Jazzy, is a school teacher, and she's dealing with this too. So that's probably where I got it. Because we've been in contact. I'm gonna start, all right, I think I will start off with some Spanish moss. So make sure that your glue gun is nice and hot. I'm gonna pull a little bit out so that I can grab it easier, and I'm untangling it a little because I want this thin, because I'm using all kinds of moss. So hot glue gun is all ready. So I'm just going to decide where I think the best part of this wreath is. I guess this side. Okay, so I'm going to use this as the bottom, and I am just going to go ahead and give this, I'm going to have to add a glue stick, so we won't get too much, but I'm going to go ahead and add as much moss as I can here real quick. Nice and thin, because I need that, but I don't need a lot yet. I'm going to add a little at a time. All right, let me get a glue stick going here. And we're going to just go to the back here and add a little more glue. So I can just tap that down too in the back here a little. Alright, now if you have finger protectors, use them, because that glue is hot stuff. I've had some major burns. Alright, I need a little more here. It's no fun, let me tell you. I'm going to add a little more. I'm kind of pulling it out. I think this glue over here is probably still hot enough. Let me pull that off. And we'll go up the side over here a little further. Alright, so you get the idea. We're adding lots of different moss. So there's our first base coat. Now I'm going to add some of the reindeer moss, which I love reindeer moss. I know nothing about moss other than what the Dollar Tree names it. I really know nothing about the different mosses, but I know this is one of my favorites. And I got a Cobb Webby here from the glue gun. Alright, so now I'm just going to glue this down in little pieces. And kind of just like it would be growing on a log. See? And I'm going to keep on doing that. This one I'm going to separate a little and make it a little thinner. And I'm going to drape this one down a little bit more in the front because we are going to have mushrooms on top of this. And I want this to look like it's growing on here. Okay, I'm not even going to add any more dark green yet. I'm going to keep that handy. We have Cobb Webbies everywhere. I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of that. Alright, now I want to add some of the floral moss. And I don't have floral moss open. Ooh, that smells dirty actually. Alright, now let's see. Before we add that, let's put our star of the show on there because I want to have a good surface to glue it before we don't, right? Alright, so look at this little mushroom. Is that adorbs or what? Love it. Alright, so wherever the front is, we're going to glue this right down. That's going to be the star of our show. So pick your front, pick your, center, and then I'm going to actually, these are foam, so I'm going to actually add my glue, a heat ton to it, but this might melt, so be careful because I'm just going to push that down because if, it might melt. But definitely, I should have turned on my cool temp glue gun. Hey, we're lucky we're cooking with gas today, right? I mean, we have all our full electricity. The other day we had no glue gun, no electricity, and you just never know here at Angel Creations. You never know. Alright, that is so cute, just like it is. I'm gonna add a little more glue to the back, just so that I know that little mushroom's going nowhere. And I'm gonna put a little bit more moss on the back where I am doing that, just so that you don't see all that glue. Alright, it is definitely melting, so hold everything. Yeah, it is moving around. So we're going to let that glue up for a minute. Oh my gosh, can we look at that again? Too cute. Alright, this is just hanging off, so I'm just going to give this, while we wait, a little tiny more glue. Because like I said, I want this to look like it's growing. And now I'm going to take some of the floral moss and I'm going to kind of fill in around this pumpkin with it over here. So it's a different color. And then I'm going to add this, I guess I want a little bigger piece. I want to add this piece to the front right here. Just like that. Let's take those Cobb Webbies off when we see them. If they start to pull your your moss, just clip it off. Alright, here is 3 mosses and a mushroom so far. How cute. It's too stinking cute. Too stinking cute. Alright, look at the back. Nice and neat. Okay. Now, what color do I want? Do I want some more reindeer? Let's put some more of our mushrooms on. Now these mushrooms are made of resin. Sorry for the crinkle. I know some people have a hard time with that. These are made of resin, so they are a little heavier. And before I put them on, I am going to turn and get a little bit of our sealing wax by Kilns. And I'm going to just tone these down. Let's get a little paper towel. I'm just going to tone these down so they don't look like they are brand new out of a store, right? We need these to look like mushrooms. So we're just going to give these little mushrooms some reality, okay? If we can say it, we're just going to make these look a little more like they belong in our wreath, so they don't look store-bought. And that is really, I mean, you can't probably even, here, let me hold both up so you can see the difference, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and do this one too, and I'm just zhuzhing them, and they don't even have to be the same. I just don't want them both to be brand new looking. All right. All done with that sealing wax. It's kind of like Waverly. If you have Waverly, you can do the same thing with your Waverly wax. Waverly wax. And let me have a sip here. Okay. Now, I have the worst side of my mushroom on my, I have a, anyways, it's okay. It has a little scuff or something on my mushroom, I just noticed. All right, so now I want to put another mushroom on here, and it's going to be like growing out of the back here. So we're going to just put that down with a lot of glue. And that we're probably going to have to hold for quite a while. So can you see where it is? Right next door. So I'm going to just put this on hold. Well, I hold this so we don't have to sing the happy holding the hot glue song right now. But I'm glad you guys like it, and I got some comments about it. So I'm going to use my new button and put you on hold because this is a heavy piece and I really want it to dry. Okay, so there we have the yellow mushroom. I don't think I'm gonna put the red one on. If I do, it will come in the end because I don't want to overcrowd it. I still want to add some greenery. I did take a broken piece of you know, a popsicle stick, and I did brace that on the back. We will cover that with moss. All right, let's open up our small little mushrooms and see which ones we want of those on here. We're gonna zhuzh those up with the wax as well. Woo, flying everywhere. Okay. So I think there might be enough on here already on my brush, but let's see which mushroom do I want down here. Maybe, hold on, I got an itch. Maybe we'll take the Tucson? No. Okay, I think I'm just going to take one baby one. Which one? Are they the same? They're pretty much the same. And I am going to hot glue that right down on the bottom here. So we are going to probably have 3 mushrooms total. And then we can do some more filling. I have some green leaves I want to put in here. I want to add more moss, because it's all about the moss today. I just thought that would be so cute to have the moss. I don't know if we could put another mushroom, like if it was up there maybe. I kind of like these little red knobby ones, or maybe another one up here. Let's put another one up here behind the moss, that reindeer moss. I'm going to put some on the side of it as well, because I'm going to kind of lean it and glue it to the side. Almost disappearing, but we'll see it. Tipping it over so I can see where I am gluing it here. And I'm going to reinforce it with a lot of glue right where I want it. We're faking it until we make it. Faking it until we make it. Because that's going to just be adorable up there. But we're going to just hold it like this for a minute until it starts to glue. And then we will take, oh, we didn't even zhuzh it, did we? We'll zhuzh them when they're dry. We forget half the things in 2 seconds here. Alright, but while this is doing that, right, gluing up, I am great for words today, loving it. I'm just going to try to clean up a little bit of this moss mess, because I can't even think straight with it. I have such a mess. I have to clean it up. So, we didn't use our little red mushroom. We didn't use our little blue mushroom. And we have a couple of, we have one little twosome. It looks like this. I feel like my fat sausage fingers are in the way. And then one little one too. So we have a few mushrooms left over and lots of moss left over. And let's just get some of this out of the way. I can't even stand it. Stand it. I'm trying not to rub my rings on it though. Okay. Alright, sorry you guys for the noise. Alright. Now, we're going to get right on back to this, and we're going to make more moss mess. Alright, let's look at it so far. How cute! Oh my gosh, how cute. Okay. So this is the front, so we want to make sure that we go ahead. We're going to stick some greens in. We're going to zhuzh it up. I even have some of these little picks that came out of something else that are little berries. So I think I'm going to just twirl them around and stick them in the back. Just twirling them around my finger, making them a little whirligig here. Whoa, that wasn't a very good roundness. I want them to kind of stick up all over. Probably should use something a little more round. Maybe that brush. Good enough. Okay, so that's a little berry pick. They're kind of mushroomy, foresty, right? Alright, we're gonna like put those in the back here. So I'm just gonna hope they'll stick right into the twig wreath. I am gonna add a little bit of glue where I am putting them. Maybe I'll sharpen that pick so that it will go in for me. Just like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, that will set up nicely. All right. Once that's dry, we can move those berries around in the front where we can see them better. Just gonna hold that for a minute to dry. And then I'm gonna take a couple of leaves that also are just hanging around the craft room, and I'm just gonna stick one in here, one in there, just to give it a little more foresty vibe, like, you know, the floor maybe of the forest. Let's it's been a long time since I have even been in the forest, and I just came home from, oh, that's backwards. I just came home from a vacation where I was surrounded by forest, but I didn't get into it this year. I don't like those, taking those off. You do you, boo. I just like, it wasn't natural. Everything else on here is almost all natural. So forget the leaves. We are gonna just go with the moss. Look at the moss. Let's add more moss. I'm gonna add more of my favorites, green moss, and I want this to look like it's growing. But before I do that, I want to add a little more moss to the back here where we put that little piece of wood. And I mean a little piece of wood, really. We just want to cover that. All the mess up. Isn't that the greatest, too? That you can, this is such a forgiving craft that you can cover up your mess with more moss. Nobody knows the better. Love that. All right, we'll put a little bit more moss on this side, too, where we put our berries, our berry stem. Just stick a piece there. A little bit more, maybe. Plus, it sticks up from the back, and it kind of just throws it all together. All right, so that's what the back looks like now. And this is the front, but before I give you another close-up, I want to add some more of my favorite reindeer moss. So, I'm thinking maybe a little piece right down here on top of the floral moss, because they can grow on top of each other. Why not? This is my mushroom wreath. This is my moss wreath. All right, and I think I want a little more Spanish moss blob right here. I'm kind of just gonna tangle it all up, mush it together. We need a little bit right here between the yellow and our star of our show mushroom, so that we don't see all of that. Ooh, hot. Maybe a little bit more floral moss for the color right here. Just like that. And this is done. Now what we're going to do is put our welcome on it, right? But we painted it. Oh my gosh, did that fall? Where is it? It fell. Did it fall? Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm telling you, this is one of those days. Where'd we put it? Okay, let's try our button, and that's so weird. You guys see it? Where is it, Bill? I know I just painted it. I painted it and I put it somewhere. And where did I put it? Okay, well, I'm gonna find it. And when I do, we'll come back and finish this project. What a day, what a day. Okay, I found it. It fell down. So I put it over there and it fell down. So it's dry, and it says welcome on the front. And it does have a tiny bit of glitter, but I think that makes it whimsy. That's gonna go right on the top of our thing on our wreath, but I want to take a little bit of jute and put it on both ends. And I also want to take I think I put my brush in water. I'd like to zhuzh this up. I don't know where anything is. Here it is. I want to take this brush that had that sealer wax. I'm just going to go over my white words with it. Dirty it up. Grungy it up. The grungier the better. And we don't want that to look like it is brand new. Yeah. Alright. And once you get that good and grungy, look at that. Well, it's glare. I'm going to take my jute and I'm going to wrap it around my edges. Just a little bit of jute because there's not a lot on our edges to wrap. But I thought it would give it a cute little look. Get that down there. Get that started. And then, like I said, there's really not, I better give it a little glue down here too. Because there's really not a lot for it to catch on, especially with the edges being rounded. So I just glued it on both edges in the back. And I'm just going to wrap it. Might have to do a couple little spots on the front with glue as well, just to make sure it's going to stay right where we want it. And if you're lucky, you can go around that twice and get the same glue. I'm going to go around one more time just for good measure. And I am going to glue that right on the top here. Whoop, no, probably too much glue squirt now. Just so I can hold it until I can glue that down in the back. Careful because it is very hot, as you know. As we all know. Alright, and we're just going to snip that right off on the back and push that down nice. So it's just going to give it a little zhuzh on both ends. We're going to do that on both ends. Do the same thing in the back. Come around and we'll zhuzh it in the front here as well with our glue. Come around a couple of times and try to hit that glue. And then we'll just glue it in the back and cut that excess off as soon as we can let go of it. And hopefully we can let go of it. Look at how cute that makes the ends, right? I wish it was a little longer because we could have put a little more jute, but I really wanted to use this welcome that was left over from another project. All right, let's put that on our wreath. I'm gonna need a glue stick. It's just par for the course. It is just par for the course. So I'm going to put some there, and then I'm also going to put some on my welcome. And we're just going to hold that up one more time so we see where to put that. So cute. I really wanted the big mushroom to be the star of the show, and we're going to put a little hanger with jute on the back. I'm just picking off Cobb Webbies. You can snip some if you see some. Whoa, that was a big bunch. They catch on the little twig wreath, so I probably will be picking these off for hours. I don't know. I think that is so stinking cute. I'm going to put a little tiny bit more glue back here where this little red mushroom is peeking out. It is so cute. All right, now let's take a little piece of rope and we're just going to double it in the back and tie it in a knot at both ends. It's not rope. Did I say rope? a little piece of jute left over from another project. So we doubled it. We're going to do a knot at both ends. That knot just helps it anchor. You know what I mean? It gives us something to glue to. And now we're just going to go like this and glue that right on to the back. Right in the glue. Hold that down. Push that down. And then we'll glue it right across on the other side. Under and over in that big heap ton of glue. And we will hold that one down. So we will hold both of them down for a minute, and that'll give us a nice little hanger on the back. And this little moss project is finished. And so we'll see if it sells at the booth that supposedly everybody is looking for mushroom things. So I think mushrooms are definitely a part of fall. I actually have some friends up in New England, New Hampshire, where I'm from, and they go foraging for mushrooms, edible mushrooms, of course. And so yeah, definitely a fall thing. I mean, I know it's August, but I think they're just getting ready to go looking for them. I know when I was up there on vacation, they were growing. So I took some pictures. I love mushrooms. All right, we're not gonna hang this right now. I'm just gonna hold it so that we can get a good close-up. I'm gonna stand up and give you a close-up because look how cute. How cute that is, right? Oh my gosh, I love it. And it says welcome, welcome. And you know, you could put gnomes in here. You could put little bugs, like little ladybugs. You could, there's just so many things that you could do. But playing with this moss, it was it. It really did the trick. I'm so glad. And I'm just gonna fuss with it and fuss with it. But this is a great time to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring, so go ahead and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. And I hope you enjoyed watching me make this project and losing all my pieces and losing all my words. Hey, it's just, it is what it is. This is real life here. All right, so I hope until the next time I see you, you be good and do good. Let's see if our new button will work. Bye now.